morning, dreamers. Well, it's still kind of morning. It's like 11 o'clock. Yeah, almost 11 o'clock. What a week. Let's have a chat. I think it's been a week. It feels like it's been forever. So much has happened. I mean, it's overwhelming. We had the tornado come through. That was back in March. And then that was on a Sunday in March. And then the following Wednesday is when I had the fire here. And then we had a hailstorm that knocked out both my windshields in both my other cars. So when the fire happened, I had to open 3 different claims, one on each of the trailers and one on the homeowners to cover all the stuff like the side of the shop and yada yada. So I was already overwhelmed because I had 5 claims open and talking to 5 different claims adjusters, telling them all the same thing. Then I had to open 2 more claims because the windshields on my car are both busted, which means 2 more deductibles I have to come up with. But, and then, when you file a claim on the homeowners, they want to know. They want a list of absolutely everything that was damaged. And then you have to tell them when you bought it. And then you have to figure out how much it's going to cost to replace it. And there's just this long, long list of just the personal property alone on the stuff that around the house that burned was $5,000 worth of stuff. Not to mention the 2 trailers that burned, or the damage to the shower, or the damage to the shop. So it has just been crazy. I've been walking around taking pictures of the burned stuff and making lists and turning them into claims adjusters. And, then you have a claims adjuster call you back and they just say, hey, I'm calling you on your claim. But they don't realize that I have 5 different claims open and I have no idea who they are or which claim they're calling on. And it's been a nightmare. And then I was dealing with Tractor Supply. So I don't remember if I told you guys about Tractor Supply, but I went to Tractor Supply and actually I went online and I ordered fencing and T-posts and clips to extend the dog run out. And I ordered them online on March 28th to go down to the store and pick them up. I wanted to order them online and pay for them online first so I didn't have to go into the store, and so that I could just, go down there and pick it up and know that it was actually in stock and all that good stuff. So I drive the 45 minutes to our local Tractor Supply. I go to pick it up and they tell me that they don't have the fencing, which is the most expensive part. So all the stuff that I ordered came out to $203. They didn't have the fencing. So really my total was only $49. They said that I had to go into the store to get a refund because they had already charged me. And then when I went in the store, they said, oh no, it'll credit. They just put a hold on your money and it'll credit it back on Monday morning when the bank's open. So Monday morning came and went and they never credited the money back, which meant that I didn't have the money to go buy fencing at a different place, which was a huge hassle. And then I called on Tuesday and they said PayPal was putting a hold on my money. So I went back and forth between PayPal and Tractor Supply until yesterday, which was the 10th, I think. It took them, what was yesterday? Yesterday was the 7th. It took them 10 days. And every time I called Tractor Supply, they said, oh no, it's PayPal that's putting a hold on your money. And every time I called PayPal, they said, no, it's Tractor Supply that's putting a hold on your money. And they haven't processed something on their end. And so yesterday I spent 3 hours on the phone going back and forth between both companies. And I was just fit to be tied. And then I finally got Tractor Supply's leadership people on the phone and did a 3-way call and got PayPal on the phone. And then all of a sudden it was just magically fixed just like that after a week or 10 days of going back and forth between these 2 companies. It was crazy. So they got the money back to me. I was able to go out yesterday to a store that is not Tractor Supply And I tell you, I will not shop at Tractor Supply again, ever. I was so livid. It was all due to an error on their part where they said that they had 5 of these fencings in stock. But when you get down to the store, they don't have any in stock. So anyhow, I went out to a whole different store yesterday, bought the fencing, got everything I need to do that. So hopefully the dog fencing will go up tomorrow. That's the plan anyhow. But yeah, that's just how my week has been going. So no, I didn't do any videos. I still have a bunch of items to review. I say a bunch. It feels like a bunch. There's like 3 or 4 items here that I need to do a review on. But I have been just so... my mind is tired from having to deal with all this paperwork and chaos. So hopefully it'll come to an end soon. Oh yeah, the other thing was the travel trailer that I have the pink slip on it. I have a bill of sale, but the pink slip's not in my name. So now I have to go down to the DMV and battle with them to get it put into my name so that they can total it out and pay out on that claim. And it's just one thing after another. I'm telling you, it just feels so overwhelming at times. You know, a couple of the claims did go through easy. They're going to come out Thursday, next week Thursday, and replace both my windshields. So that was like super easy. And then the little trailer, they're coming to pick that up today or tomorrow. And I just got to send them the title on that, which I do have, and then that one will be taken care of. But the rest of them, it just seems like so overwhelming. All because some idiot wanted to get a fix, you know, and burn some wires. That was the other thing I was going to tell you, is that the sheriff did come out here. It's been about a week now. And I need to get with him to give him a total of all my damages from this fire. And what he had told me is that an arrest is imminent. So hopefully they will throw the book at this guy that's caused all this drama and stress in my life. Because I've really had it. Anyhow, but yeah, I am going to be out. The homeowners, I had $1,000 deductible. On each of the trailers, I had $100 deductible. On each of the cars, I had $100 deductible. So it's like $1,400 that I'm going to be out of pocket when all this is said and done. Hopefully that's all I'm out of pocket. But it's just been crazy. Anyhow, so I'm done ranting. But that's the reason why I haven't uploaded any videos this week, is because I haven't done anything other than paperwork and crazy stuff with insurance companies. So, tomorrow we're going to extend the dog fence out. Today I'm supposed to go out and stake where I want that fencing at. So I'm going to do some of that today. I also have to get in my garden and do some stuff in there because it's almost the middle of April. And then on top of all that, I still have to file my taxes this year because all heck broke loose and I haven't done my taxes yet. And I think I have like 7 days left or something. So, yeah, life's a little overwhelming at the moment, but I'm still smiling and I'm still getting through it. I mean, and I cry every once in a while, but I still come out smiling. So anyhow, so for today, I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. I wanted to do a live stream, but honestly, when I got home yesterday, my brain was so tired that, you know, after dealing with Tractor Supply and PayPal all day, that I just couldn't even form sentences anymore. So, so I haven't done a live stream yet, and maybe I'll do one soon, but I can't even commit to that right now because life is so chaotic. So, and then I have claims adjusters coming out. Not claims adjusters, contractors coming out to give me estimates on the damage and what it's going to cost to repair that. So, life's crazy. All right, I'm not going to rant anymore. I'm going to get busy. I want to run some string lines, which means I need to find some stakes. I know I had some somewhere, but I don't know where they are now. So, I'm going to run some stakes on where the new fencing is going to go, and then we're going to go out into the garden. I have some garden tools that I need to review and show you guys, so I guess we'll do that today because it's so beautiful out. We'll do that today, but I'll be back. Let me go get my stuff together. Okay, y'all. Now it's time to go do my favorite thing. Math. I want to make sure I have enough fencing before I go and put all these posts in and then find out that I'm like 2 feet short or something. So I'm going to go do some math. Hopefully I don't have to move these stakes. And I'll be back. Okay, if I did the math right, I have plenty of fencing. Gosh, I hope I did the math right. I have 185 feet of fence. And I calculated that I need 166 feet, but that don't make sense. Because that's 47 feet, that's 70. And I still got to get back over here. I'm going to have to... Let me go check my math. I'll be right back. I forgot I have a calculator right here. So, if I could find the thing. Okay. Really? There it is. Okay, if I have 47, oops. Oh, golly. 47 plus 47 is 94 plus 72 is, yep, I was right. It's 166 feet. I have 185 feet of fence. So theoretically, it should wrap all the way around where I have this string line at. So now I'm going to go measure out where all the posts are going to go. That way when he comes tomorrow, he could just put in a post where it's marked out. And I can pull my string line up. So let me go get my marking spray and a tape measure, and I'll be back. Okay, I checked and double checked my calculations, recounted how many posts I need. So the fence should be good to go for tomorrow, I hope. Just because the farm store is not close by, and for me to have to go out and get like one more T-post or something stupid like that would have been a pain. So that's all ready to go. I have enough T-posts. I have enough fencing. Hopefully that goes smoothly tomorrow. I think I'm going to go get some water because it is hot out here. Not really hot, but it's humid. So I'm going to go get some water and then I'm going to get my gardening tools together and we'll go see what's happening in the garden. It's a sight because I haven't touched the garden since like last September or October. So we're not going to get a lot done out there today, but we'll get something done. All right, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, plot twist. I am not going to be working in the garden today. Mainly because, gosh, this camera's heavy. Mainly because I came inside, got some water, and the phone started ringing all the insurance people stuff again. So it is now like 2 o'clock, I think, or 3 o'clock. It seems late. I better take this phone with me anyhow. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I'm not going to work in the garden now. It's too warm out there. What I am going to do is I have baby chickens that need to get outside. Their little brooder is starting to stink. So we're going to go work on making them a little yard area that they can go enjoy the outdoors. And I'll bring you guys along. I'll be right back. The babies are in the brooder right over in here. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is run some chicken wire down here to cordon them off from the big birds. I have to fill a couple holes where they can get out because the big birds have been busy over here. But yeah, I think I'm just going to run some chicken wire over here and then cut a door in that little brooder area with the babies inside it. I'm starting to think that working in the garden would have been an easier ordeal, but let's just get this done. I'm going to put you guys on time lapse for it. Okay, I think I have a different idea. Well, unless I have enough pellets left. I have, you guys can see it over there. I have a little brooder box that I borrowed from a neighbor. The problem is it's too big to fit it in here. It won't fit through the door. So I'd either have to take off some of this chicken wire to get it in here, which might be kind of a pain. So maybe instead I'll just, I'm just doing this stuff on the fly as I think about it, but I'm thinking I'll put a couple pellets around and make them a little yard and put chicken wire around that. It might be a little more secure from the bigger birds getting at them than just putting chicken wire up and hoping it doesn't fall down on them. So let me see how many pellets I can get together. And I need tools. I'll be right back. Okay. I realized there's a whole bunch that was going on that I haven't even talked to you guys about. So I hope this thing is recording. It is. So I figured instead of having y'all on time lapse, I'll talk to you while I roll this out. Now what I'm doing is I'm just putting chicken wire up against this pallet so that the babies don't get stuck in there. And yeah, this will give them a little outdoor area. But so the stuff I didn't tell you about, because there's a lot been going on. So we had the tornado that hit, and then we had the fire, and then we had the hailstorm. That was on the 30th was the hailstorm. And then we had more tornado sirens come through. And what else do we have? Oh, yes. And then we had flooding. Massive, massive amounts of flooding. It just feels like a game of Jumanji. Like, what level are we on? What's going to happen next? And I was taught long ago from my mom, you don't ever ask what's going to happen next, because then you're looking for the negative and it will come. So the flooding, it flooded all of downtown Hardy. And Hardy is where I go. That's where my post office is. That's the nearest town to us here. So that's where I go for my mail. That's where I go for grocery shopping. I get my milk there, all that stuff. And it flooded across the highway down in Hardy. Oh, this might be the contractor coming to do an estimate. So if so, I might have to quit. Anyhow, so it flooded. I couldn't get to town to get groceries or mail or any of that stuff. Which is fine because I had plenty of stuff here. But then it also flooded across the highway out the other way towards where I go to my chiropractor. So basically, I could get out of my little subdivision here, but other than that, I couldn't go anywhere. We had one Dollar General that we had access to, but that Dollar General couldn't get any trucks in because the highway was shut down on both sides. So it got a little bit scary there for a bit, but the water did go down pretty fast, and they got the roadways opened back up, so that was good. I was able to get to Pocahontas yesterday. I went to the chiropractor on Monday this week because I had to go get fencing, so I went ahead and went out there. But and then I am able to get to Hardy now, so that's a good thing because I was completely out of creamer. Most of y'all know I don't use regular milk, and I don't buy creamer from the store. I make my own, and I was out of creamer, so I was drinking black coffee there for a bit. Okay, now I'm trying to decide. I think here I can't really attach it, and this is hinged here, so I am trying to decide. I think I'm going to wrap it around that way and screw it to the frame. I'm trying to figure out how to screw it to the frame to get it to actually stay, because actually I have bigger zip ties. Let me go get the big zip ties and my cutter thing, and I'll be right back. So I didn't want to put all this effort into an outdoor area for the chickies, because it's only going to be another 4 weeks before they are integrated with the other ladies. But they can't spend those 4 weeks inside. They need to be outside in the sunshine. Okay. So anyhow, so yes, we have had one catastrophe after another here. I did some posts on the community post area, but I know not everybody sees those, so I figured I'd chat with y'all and try to explain what all's been going on, but there's really no explanation for it. It's just pure crazy. And now we have weather coming in again this Thursday. And I just hope and pray it's nothing bad, because I was evacuating and going to the fire department each time something happened, but that also means that I have to leave the puppies here by themselves. And this last time, I don't even know what day it was, but we had the day that we had the flooding. I almost wasn't able to get back home because our roads were so flooded. Okay, that's not going to work that way. Let's try this way. Our roads were so flooded, and there were trees down in the road, and thankfully the tree, I didn't tell you that, my power went out that night, and then there was a tree down on my road, and I could kind of get around it. But that knocked my power out, so my power was out for like 12 hours, and I knew that since the power wasn't out with any of my neighbors, that had something to do with my road. And when I went and drove down it, sure enough, because when the power goes out here, I don't have a cell phone signal either. So I'm like cut off in the world when the power goes out, and I have no clue what's going on. So I drove out of here to drive up to the edge of our development to see if maybe I could get a signal up there and check with my neighbors, and none of their power was out. And I had already drove up on somebody else's property to get around this tree that was in my road. So I had a feeling then that it was due to the tree in my road, and it was. So I called the electric company, and I figured I was going to be without power for days, because there's so many people in Hardy and in Ravenden and in Bowdoin and all these other places that had no power, that I just figured I wasn't going to get power for a long time. And they were out within an hour or so, and they got me all hooked back up, so that was cool. Okay, chickadees, you don't need to be in here. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this one. I can't get my hand in there. Let's go around this way. Maybe. Come on. Okay, I didn't need two of them after all, but that's okay. We shall make it work. Anyhow, the chickens are doing wonderful. The day that we had all that hail, when I say hail, it was baseball size hail. The hail came down, it hit my windshield, and it hit it so hard right where the rearview mirror is that it knocked the rearview mirror off. And then I came home and I went to go check on the chickens, and I had 5 eggs, so that hail must have scared the eggs out of them, which was nice. But I've been getting like 2 or 3 eggs a day. Before I was getting 2 eggs or 3 eggs every other day. Now I'm getting about 2 or 3 eggs every single day. So maybe it scared them into laying again. All right, I want to attach this somewhere down here too. I don't like how loose it is. I don't want a baby to get stuck in it, because I don't really have time to sit out here with them. And I doubt they're going to get let out today, because how late it is, and I haven't cut a hole for him yet. So I'll get this part done today and maybe come out tomorrow and get it set up so that they can come out on their own. Okay. Let me get down to the end here and we'll cut this off. Ouch. I don't know what all you guys can see. Hopefully it's something interesting. Ouch. So yeah, it's been a crazy month. All my plans have been put on hold. You know, I wanted to start building my bathroom. I know you all are, when are you going to get a bathroom? When are you going to get a bathroom? And that was going to be my very next project. But now having to come up with all these deductibles, and you know, I had to replace my shower because my shower burned. I'm now showering inside my shed, which is not fun, you know, standing on gravel. To take a shower is never fun. But it works, so I'm not complaining. But I had to buy a new portable shower, and like even my soap and my shampoo, all that stuff burned. So I had to go down to Walmart and spend a bunch of money that I didn't have to go buy like new shampoo and stuff. And I had just bought shampoo, which really just irks me. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Really, I'm not. There are people, especially in Hardy, that lost everything. Their whole house floated away down the river. And there, now I can see y'all. Anyhow, their whole house floated away down the river, and I couldn't imagine. I mean, just the little stuff, the 2 pages of stuff that I lost in the fire is minuscule, tiny compared to, I can't think of big words right now, but it's tiny compared to what those people are going through that lost absolutely everything. When they did find their home, it was just full of mud, and I couldn't even imagine the devastation or the stuff that they're going through with the claims adjusters trying to file their claims. And I know, you know, all the claims that I have put through, they're all going to take some time because they have so many other claims from the tornado that hit Cave City. You know, we had a couple houses out here that were destroyed too. And I mean, that was just right up here at the road. So the claims adjusters too are just, they have a ton of work that they're doing. So I know it's not just me. But it gets kind of aggravating. I've had the claims adjusters call me twice today, to pick up the trailers. And they think that, you know, it's the salvage company that's calling. And they think that they're going to just tow the trailer away. It's not towable. I don't even know that they can winch. I don't even know if they can use a winch to get it up onto a flatbed, because even if they did, half of it's going to fly away. What they need is a dumpster. And so I tried to explain that to the claims adjuster when he called. And he said, oh, you have to call your agent back. I said, no, I'm not calling the agent back again, because this is the 3rd time that you guys have called me to pick it up. And the 3rd time I've explained it. So You call State Farm and you ask them what kind of vehicle or vessel you're going to need to get this thing out of here, because I'm not doing it. I've gone round and round with them enough that they can come get it, or I'll call a metal scrapper and have them come get it. Oh my goodness. So that's who I was on the phone with a few minutes ago, because they called me again saying, oh, you have to call your agent and we'll just put this on hold. I said, no, you call the agent. And you tell the agent it's a pile of scrap. The agent has photos. The agent can tell you it's a pile of scrap. And then you just decide what kind of vessel you need to get out here to come pick it up. I don't care. Come get it. I'm tired of looking at the pile of rubble in my yard. So... And then they ask me things like, what color is it? Black? Charred? You're like, what color do you want to know? Oh my goodness. So yeah, there's that. It has just been crazy. And State Farm is the company that I worked for. And they're a great company, don't get me wrong. But their claims, the way that they handle their claims now, it's done by a team instead of one person. So every time you call them, you talk to a different person who doesn't read all the notes that are already in the file. And so you just keep going round and round with them. And that's why they just need to take the time and read the notes, I guess. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm not going round and round with them anymore. They can come pick it up or not. I don't care. And then they call and yeah, I'm calling about your claim. Which one? It's kind of aggravating after a while. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a hassle, because this chicken wire is gonna catch on the chicken wire over there on that other fence. I have a feeling it's gonna give me grief. Let's get one more on here. And I decided to use this gate here just so that if I need to get into the babies, you know, to help them get up into their roost or something at night, then I can. You could just swing the gate open after dark and catch them. Because I'm sure they're not going to know to go back inside. Alright. Let me tuck in these pointed bits. Okay, let's see how my theory works. Actually, let me cut these guys off first. Ow. This chicken wire overhead keeps ripping my hair out. Okay, so I just need to put some chicken wire on this end. Dilly really wants to herd these birds. Not hurt them, herd, H-E-R-D. She's part cattle dog or collie or something, and you could just really tell when she's out here by these chickens, because she wants to round them all up. And she would have made a great cattle dog. It's a good thing zip ties are cheap, huh? Someday soon I'm going to need to... Oh, there's a piece of metal. That's lovely. Someday soon I'm going to need to get back up to West Plains and go to Harbor Freight. Pop in and see my aunt because she flooded too in West Plains, so curious to see how bad it is there. I know a lot of people, there's other channels out there that went and drove around and looked at the floodwaters and stuff. I didn't for several reasons. Mainly because I've seen devastation like that when we had the Oakland Hills fire. And I accidentally drove through where the Mayfield tornado hit. That was the first time I saw damage from a tornado. And you know, when you see people's belongings hanging from the trees 100 feet in the air, you know, clothing and stuff, it's kind of sad, and it takes me a while to recover from stuff like that. So after seeing the Oakland Hills fire, and there it was, they had these little one-lane roads. I'm talking about, this was the Oakland Hills fire. It was in, let me think, 1990. It just started with the insurance company, and what happened there was they were little one-lane roads, kind of like ours, but everybody was trying to evacuate at once, and they had the same winds that we had that were swirling all around, and people got trapped in their cars. On the road, and just burned inside their car as they were trying to evacuate because there was no warnings, and there was no way to get warnings to the people either. So it was really, really a sad situation. A lot of people died either in their homes because they didn't know that the fire was coming, or like I said, in their cars as they're trying to evacuate. And seeing that loss afterwards with all the houses burned and the cars burned and the number of people that died, and then the ones that did get out who lost everything, it's pretty devastating to go see that. And so to even go to where the floods were, I don't want to go see it. I didn't drive to Cave City and look at the damages. I've seen the damage as I had to go to other places, but I have no desire to go out and run and look and see how horrible these people had it. And I know when I had my fire here, I had people coming constantly, driving down the road to see how bad the fire was. And my mind just can't. My question is why? You know, why do you have to see that loss and that devastation? I don't understand the need to see it, I guess. So, no, I didn't video any of it. I know there's plenty of videos out there if you want to go see it, but I didn't want to see it. I was kind of leery about going to Hardy yesterday. The only reason why I went is because I needed groceries and milk. But I didn't want to stop and look at, you know, all these houses that were gone, because to me it's pretty devastating. And I know it takes me a while mentally to recover from just seeing all that devastation. I'd never make a good claims adjuster or what do you call it, like a news person that goes out and has to look at all that stuff. I'd never be good at that because I'd be at home curled up in a ball crying after seeing it all. So yeah, I've seen a couple of other channels that, you know, they were actually affected by this stuff. So I understand why they're putting a video out, kind of like how I put out a video after my fire here. But I'm not going to be the one to drive through town to take video to show you guys what it was. It was just devastating. And apparently it happened all over. I heard that Memphis also had flooding. Right now, what's scary is, you know, we're in the all clear here for Hardy and for Ravenden. or in Bowdoin, in those areas, the roads are all open back up. But when I went to Pocahontas yesterday, they were evacuating people because all the water from here has to drain somewhere, and it's going to those towns now. So their river crested last night. And now there's even more devastation for those people. It's just sad. Mother Nature at her finest. All right, let's see how much of this chicken wire I have left. I'm gonna move you guys back here. Don't step on a chicken. I've already almost crushed one with a pallet. And we're gonna point you guys up that way, because now I'm gonna try and attach some of this, if I can, and not rip my hair out, literally. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? Harder and harder to unwind this because it's getting towards the end of the roll. Ow! It keeps wanting to rip my hair out. Oh my goodness. I have a contractor that's supposed to show up this afternoon to give me a quote for the damage to the side of the shop and to the damage to the shower. So I may have to cut today's work short to take care of all that stuff. You know, they have you fill out this claim. They never ask about the time spent taking care of all this stuff. Like, my time is very valuable to me. And I wasted so much of it on plain stuff. Well, I guess I could have used the little clips on this part. Oh well. Ow. So yes, I understand that. West Plains also flooded. I don't know how bad, because honestly I had to stop watching. Do the top first. Ouch! It's ripping my hair out one strand at a time. Hey! Excuse you. Go. Go. Shoo. Go, chickens. Go. So I'm wondering how I'm going to do this part above the gate. You guys are probably wondering that too. Shoo fly. I guess I could just bring it across, and if I have to go in there, I could crawl in. I really just like working with chicken wire. I just realized I don't even know what you guys can see. Let's come check. I don't even know if this stuff is showing up on camera. I feel like I need to put another one up there to keep that. Dilly, leave it. You know, around these guys. Okay, I'm almost done with this part. For now, anyhow. What's going to be interesting is trying to cut that door out with the babies in there. I'm thinking maybe I could close off the coop and put them in the coop part and then come out here and do that part. That way I don't cut into one of the chickens in there. Because they'll see the saw blade on the other side and of course want to peck at it. You ladies are incorrigible. Go. You're not missing out on nothing. What you're doing is making a mess. Shoe fly. Oh, you want to go in there? Okay, you can stand there. You too. Go on in. See how well you like it. Okay, that theory didn't work well. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm told that the buff Orpingtons are pretty chill birds and they probably won't peck the babies to death, but I don't want to take a chance, especially since I can't sit out here with them. So, let me show you guys what I got going on because I don't know what all you saw. But I got chicken wire up here. So even if the big bullies got to up here, they're not going to get in. There's a gap of maybe 10 inches in there. But I could always pull that flap over if I need to. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So they'll have that little corner of the run. It's probably, let's see, 80 inches by 4 foot. So it'll give them that much area to get used to some sunshine, although the tarp's covering it. So they're only going to get what sunshine comes in between the slats here, but it'll work. Out, ladies. Out, out. You keep digging up that hole again. Ow. So, on top of all that stuff that happened, the day before the flooding, I twisted and bent over to pick up garbage. I hadn't even picked it up yet. I had just turned and bent over and pulled a muscle in my back. I just noticed my camera shut off. I don't know how long ago it shut off. But I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I will see you guys on the next one. Their yard is all complete and done behind me. So hopefully tomorrow, God willing, I can get out here and finish it up. Oh, tomorrow we're going to be putting up fencing. So maybe I'll get out here early in the morning and let the baby chicks out. We'll see. Because I got dog fencing tomorrow that I'm doing. Forgot all about that. And I just put all those markers out there today. That's how my brain is. I'm like a squirrel. I'll see you guys on the next one.